Sometimes in our project, we need to change the data types of all the elements in a list. The first method which comes to our mind is to use a loop and then access all the elements from the list and then one by one change the data type of the elements. But there's a better Pythonic way. We can do the work in just single line. Here we have a list which consists all the elements as strings. We have to convert them into the integers. We can just write. Here you go. Map is an inbuilt function which applies the given function to each item in the given iterable. Here int is the function that converts to integer data type and a is the list iterable. Let's suppose we want to create a function that returns the square of the number passed as an argument. The normal way of doing this is simply writing a function. There is a better Pythonic way of doing this using Lambda functions. Lambda functions are Python one-liner functions and are often used when an expression is to be evaluated. They are also called anonymous functions since they do not have a name unless assigned to one. Let's see how it works. Lambda function replaces a function wherever a single expression is to be evaluated. Lambda functions can have any number of arguments, but there should be only one expression inside it. List comprehensions are one way of creating lists based on existing iterables. For example, we want to create a list of even numbers till 11. The normal way of doing this is the Pythonic way of doing this using list comprehensions is for x in range of 11, and here we can give the if condition. Here you go. Here x is the value that is appended to the final list. This is the for loop and inside we can directly give the if condition. Printing patterns always fascinates me. As shown here, we need to print the pattern like this. We can do it in one line of code in Python. Before that, in Python, if we multiply a string with a number, then the string is copied with the given number of times. For example, here n is the number of times you want to copy the string. If I write om into 2, the copied string is attached to the original string. Now using this, our pattern code would be here n is the number of lines that the pattern has to be printed. Here you go. The selected code returns an iterable of stars pattern, something like. Then we are using a join to make it a single string with separator next line, which is the \n. In list comprehensions, we have learned how to loop through the elements in a list in a single line. We can also apply this for dictionaries, sets, and generators. For example, we have a dictionary with some items in it where key is some string and values are the integers. We need to filter out the dictionary to have only odd integer values. So we can do this in the comprehensive way. I'm writing the code in the next line for better readability. Here you go. These are the final key and value that are to be stored in the final dictionary. And here we are looping through the mydict. And finally we are accepting key and value to the final dictionary only if value is the odd number. Let's say you have a value and you want to compare whether it falls in a given range. Generally we do it like this. But in math, we used to write such conditions as the algebraic expressions, which we have learnt in our elementary school. Something like this. And this expression is valid in Python. Yes, you heard it right. We can use the above expression to compare it. How cool is it, right? And when I print this, here you go. Do you know how to merge 3 dictionaries in single line? I'll show you. Assume we have 3 dictionaries. We can simply merge them using vertical slash. Here you go. But this works in Python 3.9 and above only. For Python versions below 3.9, you can write. Here you go. Want to learn more about Python? Then follow the Coderamas and be the part of our coding community.